My yard guys were just here and they do such an amazing job. I love being out here after they've mowed my large backyard. They've cleaned off the patio. He took down a branch that had broken. So I'm gonna give you a little tour of my patio. So this little square I'm standing on is all my patio was when I bought this house, and I had all of this added. So it's a nice sized patio. I've got 2 tables on it. Over here, these are my garden beds. I have this stock tank. So I have a large stock tank that I have 4 tomato plants in, and I'm going to put a couple of pepper plants in there as well. I just need to buy them soon. There's some crocosmia and some grass. There's a big sweet gum tree there. I have lots of grasses. There's some lilies, a couple of Japanese maple trees that I picked up in the neighborhood last year. That bin back there with the cover on it is my strawberries. This is my lettuce. I have another 6-pack of lettuce that I'm going to put in there, but it's looking really good. I actually had some of the green lettuce on my sandwich for lunch today. A lot more grass. These trees I planted last year. They are flowering pears. They're right off the patio. Their purpose is to provide shade to this table eventually, and I'm thinking maybe by the end of the summer I'll have some nice early evening shade from those trees. More grasses. There's a border collie art that I bought from a friend of mine a few years ago. It's an iron stake. There's a little forest one over here too. They didn't point it out. That was painted off of photos of forest, so it looks just like him. He's jumping through a little tire. Makes me happy to have it there. There's a real dog, not an ornament, always at my feet. Here's the other table over here. There's a star jasmine that I bought the other day that I'm going to plant in that corner of that fence, kind of where Rico is laying. I'm going to plant it on the inside there and let that grow on the fence. It smells fantastic on this table. And then there's another 6-pack of lettuce. These are honeysuckle bushes. They're just getting ready to bloom. You can just barely see. Those blooms are going to be opening up soon. This does not look as good as it has in years past. It's planted in pots. There's my little barbecue. More grasses, more grasses. These are some, I made these back in the years when I was welting. They're kind of these silhouettes of trees cut out that I attached to the fence on the side of my patio. More grasses, little artwork. So here's kind of, and this is the tree that I picked up in the neighborhood the other day. It seems to be doing well. Pretty happy. I need to water that tonight. So this is looking back at the house from the yard. There's those trees. And then we look around the yard. We've got all kinds of trees. I wanted to show you some metal work that I had done years past. There's a dog agility equipment, the dog walk. There's the rose of Sharon bush that I've had for a year or so that just got transplanted. This is a weather vane that I made. It's got an Australian Shepherd and a Jack Russell on the top. North, south, east, and west. I made that during my welding class many years ago. Of all the things I've done in my life, I really loved the welding. It was really fun. And then over here, more grasses. That's a weather vane that came with the house. It's kind of cute. I forget I have that. And then here is a heron. You can see it in this bush. I made this in my welding class as well. It's kind of hard to see in there, but it's about 4 feet tall. And it's stuck in the ground. I made 2 of those. I kept one for myself, gave one to my brother. Let's see if I can get this branch out of the way so you can kind of see it. So there you see. It's kind of hard to see tucked into that tree. So this beak once, a few years ago, I bent over. What was I doing? I was putting a hose at the base of this, and I drilled that thing right into my forehead between my eyes, and I nearly passed out. And then I had to get a tetanus shot because it's rusty metal, and I put it right into the skin. That was one of those things you regret later. And back here, there's my beautiful snowball bush. There's a couple of Doug firs, 3 Doug firs that I planted several years ago that are doing so well. They've already got all kinds of beautiful new growth on them this year. They're so pretty against the blue sky. They grow like crazy. And now we're looking back toward the house from the back.